Welcome to the Christian Readers Podcast, where you can escape into fiction without sacrificing your values. I'm your host, Colleen Mitchell, author of The Chronicles of Talam. Today, I'm going to tell you about two cozy fantasy novels by my friend Z.S. Diamanti, also known as Zach. He has a series of epic fantasy novels in the same universe as these cozy fantasies, but I haven't read those ones yet. Quick side note, Zach spent 10 years in Christian ministry, and cozy fantasy by definition is clean and wholesome. If you're worried about reading fantasy elements as a Christian, the focus of these stories is not in the use of magic, but in the healing journeys the characters go through. Neither book has a main character who is using magic, but Wagons and Wyverns does include characters who use magic. For more on Christian discernment of magic and fiction, please check out On Magic and Miracles, a theological guide to discerning fictional magic by Marion A. Jacobs, and the link to that is in the description. With that out of the way, I first heard about Zach's cozy fantasy world from an author friend who met him at Author Nation. She told me he had a Kickstarter running, and by the time I went to view it, it had 20 hours left. All I had to see was that it was a veteran's healing journey story, and I immediately backed it. That was Garden and Garden, the first book in the Fables of Finlestia cozy fantasy book series. He has since released the second, called Wagons and Wyverns, and is currently drafting the third, called Assassin in the Alehouse. This is the book description for Garden and Garden. From dragonfire to garden flowers. Felton Hold'em spent his entire life training to become one of Gallium's elite dwarven warriors. When a bloody battle leaves him injured, he has no choice but to move into his eccentric twin aunt's quaint home in the town's quiet Garome district. With his life of military service seemingly over, the captain of the city guard gives Felton his only chance at a fresh start in the new life he never wanted. But when a human woman barges through his front door, the grumpy dwarf starts to wonder if there is more to life than war. The Sunshine Woman invites him to visit her garden, where Felton gains a new nemesis and a new purpose in life. Embark on a wholesome journey of healing and self-discovery, a cozy fantasy tale of forging new friendships and overcoming fears, a quiet quest of family bonds and budding romance. Come enjoy the hospitality of the whimsical Garome district, meet new friends as you sample new breads at the bakery, play a game of Castle Brick at the tavern, and taste homemade pies during the annual pie baking contest at the Fall Festival. Take a walk through the garden and see what magic awaits. Virgin River meets The Hobbit in this heartwarming, feel-good fantasy. And this is the book description for Wagons and Wyverns. From behind the throne to trails unknown. Zarnakorok spent much of his life in the service of a wicked orc king. When a new rebellion seizes control of the kingdom and overthrows the king, Zarni has no choice but to move back to his quaint hometown in the Gunra Valley. With his life of regal service seemingly in the past, Zarni must live a quiet and inconspicuous life of loneliness to avoid being recognized. But when the new king's mage advisor pays the goblin a visit, Zarni is tasked with a quest that could change everything. Teaming up with a jovial halfling wagoner, he embarks on an unforgettable road trip for the ages to follow an ancient and mysterious trail. But as their friendship grows, Zarni might just discover something he thought he'd never find again. Embark on a wholesome journey of forgiveness and self-discovery. A cozy fantasy tale of forging new friendships and overcoming fears. A quaint quest of adventure and magic. Come enjoy the hospitality of dwarven taverns and halfling homes. Meet new friends as you sing with the Griffin Guard, play a game of Castle Brick at the tavern, and enjoy a flapjack breakfast with a mad sorcerer. Take to the trail and discover what magic awaits. Onward meets Oregon Trail, but nobody gets dysentery, in this heartwarming feel-good fantasy. Now, I greatly enjoyed reading both of these books, and I never had to worry about encountering something I didn't want to read. So thank you to Zach for writing these very wholesome stories. You can find both books at the links in the description. If you're a Christian with a book recommendation, there is a link in the description to text me, and I would love to hear it. Thanks for listening to today's episode. If this resonated with you, please share it with your friends so they can find something new to read. God bless, and until next time, goodbye.